Hi, my name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. A lot of times when people call us about divorces, they have one main concern financially, and that is, how do I save my retirement from being split up? Well, what they're really saying is, how do I keep a marital asset from being divided? If that's what they're asking, the answer is you don't. It's a marital asset. It might be called your retirement. It might be called your lazy fund. It might be called your emergency fund. It might be called my go out with the girls fund. Whatever fund it's called, if you accumulated it during the marriage, you're not going to protect it. You're not going to keep it from the other side because it's a marital asset. It's subject to division. Now, having said that, if the fund was created before the marriage, if this retirement fund was accumulated before the marriage, and then you retired, and then you met someone, you got married, can you protect that? Yes, you can. But it won't be because it's a retirement fund. It won't be because it has a label on it. It'll be because that fund was accumulated before the marriage occurred. Remember, when we talk about protecting assets, it's not what we call it. It's not what it is. It's when it came into effect. When did it come into being? When did it become born? If this thing was born during the marriage, guess what? It's a marital asset. If this thing came into being while you guys were 3 years into this marital relationship, it's going to be subject to division. Now, what if it's a partial? What if you were working? You were working before the marriage. 27 years you accumulated it. Then you get married. Then 3 years in, you retire. What happens to it now? Well, the answer is, what happens to it now? 27/30ths of it are off the table because they were before the marriage, and the other 3 years of it, that may be subject to division. Is every case going to necessarily divide up like that? No, every case is going to be different, but that's the general rule about these things. So how you protect your retirement, if it was yours from before, you're able to protect it. If not, you're not going to be able to. It's going to be subject to division. It's going to be part of the calculation. Now, having said that, you can still keep it all, but you have to understand there's going to be a value on it. And if you want to keep that entire retirement fund that was accumulated entirety during the marriage, and now it has $500,000 in it, if you want to keep that, you'll be able to. But remember, $250 of that $500 belongs to her, which means if you're keeping her half, you're going to be giving her $250 of the house. You're going to be giving her $250 of some other fund. So you can protect it and keep it whole without invading it. But understand it's going to be reconciled in that balance sheet in another asset. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.